Welcome back to Taiwan. This is Taiwan Open of Surfing World Longboard Championship action in the water right now. A.Griffiths up against J.Neal. So a British versus Australian battle. The Ashes taking place here at Jinzhong Harbour.
It's knocked out. It means that you're still here for a good reason, supporting your partner.
So a power couple here at Jinzhong Harbour. This is Griffiths getting into action. Nothing significant resulting from that. Adam's ducked over. We're going to look at J.Neal, and as you suggested, having a look at the left, but again, he can't find a decent runway for takeoff there. So just while both surfers reposition, we're going to cross down to Wingnut, I think, who is with the winner of the last heat.
Kind of the tide change, and it got slow in your heat.
Yeah, it got really slow, but I mean, yeah, man-on-man heats, there was still plenty of opportunity, and yeah, Rory's such a good young surfer, so I was stoked to have a heat with him, and yeah, early parts of the heat, I was thinking, oh no, if a couple of threes, if he finds that one, and it's his local, one of his local breaks.
Phenomenal tube rider on short boards and retro boards and mid-lengths. He's really exciting to watch. And he's a two-times world longboard champion, one of the best. As we see his fellow countryman J.Neal getting a section here to hang five on. Nice long hang five. Look at this open face on the left, right into this Rio probably here. He's going to crack that off the lip. He lands strong. He's got the more challenging paddle to get back out after his lefts, but Jared has competed here at the Taiwan Open of Surfing before, and he knows that this is his strategy to get those open face lefts, but he's looking like he's going to come back around and get into the rip current to go out in front of the rights, because he knows that if he gets stuck on the inside here, it's just going to really zap his energy and limit his potential to get another decent set. It's a juicy swell, it's a typhoon swell, so most of the surf at this time of year comes from what we call the northeast monsoon, from more of a northerly direction, but this is a typhoon swell. As we see a nice stretch five from J.Neal there, and he gets a good re-entry here, banging it hard off the tail, good control to hang on to that big bouncy section. UK here, the 30-year-old regular footer, originally from Totnes, now based in UK, a local of Fistral Beach, gets himself a nice high line. There's the 5. Is he going to get the trademark 10? Gets a quick tight 10 there, pedals back to the tail, low round this section to get the speed to come back up to the top of the wave for another 5. Moves back to the tail there. There's the drop knee turn, sweeps it round, bounces back off the foam. Great wave for A.Griffiths, who's representing the Slope Beach Bar and Kitchen at Great Western Beach, where he runs the Nuki Surf School and delivers a lot of awesome adventure activities such as co-steering, and he's riding Luke Hart 4th surfboards. And I know that his wife Holly and his daughter Lakey will be listening in, and maybe his dad Griff will be watching. So Griff, if you're up early in the morning watching your son, he's having a good start, but this is a really tough heat. As you say, Chris, it's the Ashes in the water.
1-7.
So let's break down this replay here. He gets a nice high line, just 2 steps, gets the quick 10, pedals back, stays nice and low so that he can find the speed, not looking for the re-entry, just looking for the trim line to get the second 5. So 2 good nose rides, a really good controlled, smooth drop knee turn in a very tricky part of the wave with 18 minutes 45 seconds remaining. Adam has got that 3.5 and a 5.83, waiting for a score to drop, but looking to add to his scores. His 3 and his 4 is a great tight backhand hang 10 from J.Neal, nice and low through this section. I can smell people cooking toast, Chris, some of the kind of late brunch breakfast kind of deliveries happening next door. There's a little bit of food smell in the air as we see J.Neal riding a really good wave all the way through to the inside. Interesting that he's decided to go for a right-hander there, perhaps realizing that maybe the left isn't as good as he anticipated, so he's perhaps going to get a couple of rights, and then maybe he'll try to seal the heat on a long left if he needs the score. He's looking good. He's currently got a 4 and a 3 as we see A.Griffiths coming hard off the bottom there, setting up for this big rebound there. That was powerful surfing from Adam there. Chris, what do you think of that tail surfing there, attacking the wave?
Yeah, he really was. He didn't hold anything back, and that was fantastic. So he gets really vertical on that rebound as well, and now he's precariously down on the end section. And just to correct you, it's not necessarily midday in Australia. It's big country, mate. We've got 3 time zones. Julian are both weapons at Pipeline. And then Felipe Toledo somehow has slipped from being the sort of red-hot title favourite at the midway point to very much being the dark horse. He's still got some points left to prove in the more solid stuff. But he did get a semi-final finish at Chopu in Tahiti earlier this year, so He's learning fast, and he is a deadly, deadly surfer. To sort of sneak his way through the field and see if he couldn't prove himself and win a first world title in some pumping waves at Pipeline. Here goes Adam Griffiths, seeing if he can't get himself a step closer to a world title. And a beautiful drop knee carve to get things going on this wave.
Nice footwork from Adam there. We just saw a brilliant hang 10 from J.Neal as well, so Adam matching that with a really good hang 10 on the inside, pedals back to the tail. Can he stick onto that? Just loses control. That was unfortunate because the judges would have liked to have seen completion to that maneuver, but good work from Adam there. Ned Snow against Maka De Soto, Dwayne De Soto's younger brother. You know, two big name Hawaiians going against each other, but right now it's the Australian against the Briton. As we can see, Adam Griffiths doesn't drop into that one. He went for the early stand up, back down into it. As we see J.Neal there gets 4 steps to the nose, nice type 5, steaming down that wave, really long, good nose ride. The judges will reward the length of time in the pocket on the nose on that wave. Really good readjustment rail work to get himself on the high line. See how he's sticking with that high line, but look at this steep section. There's the 10. That section steepened up enough for him to really lock that fin into the 10, and I think this is going to be a really good score for Jared. I wouldn't be surprised if this pushes him into the lead. That was excellent surfing from the Australian.
And keeping plenty of flow down the line. Here is the replay. And I think we're taking the conditions for granted. I mean, that's a well overhead wave, just as you said, allowing Jared to steam down the line.
Yeah, he was going so fast, and the control on the footwork there, and look how this section gets ready to steepen up, and as soon as it steepens up, hits the quick 10. Nice work there. Pedals back to the tail. Really good nose work from Jared. Good rail work, readjusting, always staying in that high section of the wave to allow those nose rides. 8 minutes remaining here. This is going to be extremely close.
Narrowly to Ben Skinner. And got the nod over Austin Hollingshead in the second last heat of round 1.
Bang! Big re-entry from Adam Griffiths there. See the way he used the hand to slow himself down on the 5, got the 10, and then bang that section. Very powerful, aggressive, attacking surfing from Adam. That's what we know him for, that powerful approach from the tail and those critical nose rise, getting the full hang 10, got both hands up in the air. The judges aren't looking to reward anything that you do minutes. As we see the replay of Adam, look at the way he uses his backhand there to slow him down, gets the 10, pedals back to the tail, and then bang, booms that one hard, hangs onto the foam ball. That's a lot of white water to deal. Pressure is on Jared. He only needs a 5-4-3, and he's got the wave. Over to you, Chris. What do you think of this?
Well, he's eyeing off the left, so as you suggested, he went and banked some points on the right, and now he's reverted back to his original technique, which was to aim for the left. And, well, he's done it very nicely. It looked like he lost a little bit of control at one point, but he has finished that wave on his feet. He's tied it all together with a great combination of manoeuvres. Well, Sam, what do you make of that one?
Well, I think he's got it. He only needs a 5-4-3, and we saw 2 really strong critical nose rides. We saw a powerful turn, grabbing the rail, slid the fins, gained control, nearly lost it, but then ended with a nice statement there with that solid re-entry. It was exciting, you know, it kind of put our hair on end to see how he put everything on the line there. The judges rewarding him with the score he needs. As we see Adam Griffiths with a 5 with a 10 pedaling back. He just needs a 5.98. If he can keep his composure, this wave might allow him to get that score. So he's had a 5, he's had a 10, he's had a good turn. He gets in for a second 10. This is looking like the score he needs. So now it's going to put the pressure back on Jared, whether he can get another score in the dying seconds. So remember, only needing a 5.9, so we can compare that to Jared's 5.57, and I think that will definitely be the score Adam needs. What do you think, Chris? About the 6.6. Here's the replay there. There's the 5, there's the 10. Pedals back to the tail here. Nice open face, smooth drop knee. Comes back up for the second nose ride. Readjustment of the feet there, and gets a 10 through this section. Pedals back, readjusts the feet once again. Nice deep in the pocket there, anticipating one more section. Back up to the nose. There's the 5, pedals back. So 3 decent nose rides, 3 decent turns. We're waiting for scores to come through as we see Jared's last wave.
Yeah, so the judges are going to watch plenty of replays to try and figure this one out. Of course, this is an elimination heat, so they don't want to rush into anything. They are sending someone home. Oh, well,
there we go.
Jared
So it
Neal
wasn't quite
has
enough.
hung on.
So it's a borderline score there, not quite enough to get the score that he needs. So Jared Neal, congratulations, the Australian, taking the win in that heat, and commiserations to A.Griffiths, who's had so many fantastic results in the last couple of years around the world in global longboarding. He'll be kind of continuing to fly the flag for British surfing, but it's our Sapphire Beach, Coffs Harbour surfer, our goofy footer Jared Neal, that takes the win.